Welcome back to TuTube. Now, Markus Feehily, former member of Westlife, he is back with a brand new single, launching his solo career, and he's here to tell us all about it. Markus, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So it's been a long time coming, so why is right now the right time?
Well, basically, after Westlife finished, I basically went back into the studio, kind of studio hibernation mode.
Yeah.
And just got stuck into songwriting because I wanted to sort of really develop my own personal sound, which is different to, you know, what Westlife's sound were with all four of us.
It is, and we were playing it right now. It is really different.
Yeah, it is. It's different. Like, to me, it's almost not different, but that's because I'm so used to it. But I can see why people would think it's very different, of course. I suppose it's just me being me, like doing what comes naturally. That rhymed.
It did rhyme, it did.
And yeah, so I've just been just getting my sound together, and now it's coming out because it's ready to come out.
Yeah, and Love Is the Drug is the single.
Yeah.
When is the official release?
It's going to be out in mid-April, but it's going to radio now, and then the video, which has just got finished today actually, is going to be on TV very soon.
Oh,
and
exciting.
I'm going to do a gig as well in Dublin in March. So there's lots of stuff coming up before that as well.
There's so much happening.
Yeah.
There really, really is. So obviously you've been working on the single. Is there an album to come as well?
Yeah, absolutely. The album isn't quite finished yet, but it's very much on its way to being finished. I think I've got a little bit more writing to do, and then it should be done very soon.
Yeah, and you're working with producer Mojam, who worked with Emily Sandé and Sam Smith.
Yeah.
So is that sort of an indication of the sound and the type of music it's going to be?
Well, I suppose a little bit in the sense that, like, Mojam are very current young producers, and they're really cool. I've also been working with a guy called Steve Anderson, who's who's kind of a legend, and he's been successful for years. So I've kind of got both sides of it, which is great. I've got kind of the young kind of kids and the guys that have been doing it for years and years, and it's a really good mix actually.
Yeah, you've got the experience and then the
fresh
fresh
totally.
ideas. Awesome. And then you've gone down the independent route, so very different from Westlife, which was, like, you know, heavily organised, it was a massive label. So is it nice having that full control? Yeah,
like, in the end it was sort of the only option for me, because I sort of tried to explain my vision or whatever to the kind of to everyone, and people wanted me to just kind of stay the same and to just kind of be Westlife but in a solo version.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, and this is nothing, but, like, I literally had the best 14 years of my life in Westlife, so you know, don't ever make that mistake. But you know, it's simply not me to just that's not exactly what I am by myself. You know, I'm a bit more sort of gospel, a bit more R&B, a bit more soulful, and so I had to do it. After all these years, I had to do it my way.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's the kind of route I took.
You're happy with it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got, like, full creative control, and I feel ready for that. You know, I've been doing it for a long time, and things like videos and photo shoots and the music, everything basically. I kind of feel very ready to take the reins and sort of be in control of it, you know, and that's what's been very exciting for me.
And because you have all that experience behind you, you're well able and well used to all of this, so it must be nice to be like, no, actually I don't want it that way, I'd like it this way.
Well, you know, I mean, I must have learned something along the way. Like, you know, for example, like, I shot my first solo video the other day.
Yeah.
And
was that weird? Is it weird kind of being by yourself?
Well, it was, but at the same time, you know, I remembered I was counting them, and I was, like, going through them, and I was like, I think Westlife made about 37 videos with Westlife.
37.
So I must have learned something along the way. So you know, I feel like I would never dive in at the start and think I know everything, but like, at this stage I've been doing it for long enough that I do have a lot of knowledge in that world or whatever, and so yeah, I think it felt only right for me to take a seat at the table in terms of, like, you know, create all the creative side of stuff.
Yeah, and have you been in touch with any of the other guys? Because of course Nicky and Shane, they both, you know, Nicky says he's got an album ready to rock and Shane's off touring.
Yeah, well, actually the last person I spoke to was Cian, who texted me today because I was on the radio this morning and I played my single for the first ever time on the radio. And everybody started texting me, all my family and friends and stuff, and Cian and his wife Jodie texted me as well. So he was the last one I spoke to, and he was giving me great compliments about the song. He said he loved it.
I love the song, it's brilliant.
Thank you,
really good. Markus, that's all we got time for. Thank you so much for coming in. And guys, that's all we got time for today. Tune in tomorrow when we are going to be speaking to Stephen, who's going to be at the Oscar Wilde party. I'll see you then.